Hello and welcome to another TopStarcraft broadcast. I am Matt. I'm bringing you a really cool game that I found on the internet, so I figured I would start casting again because I haven't been casting in forever. Between two very, very strong pro players, we have LiquidTLO, the red Terran, spawning in the 9 o'clock position on the Shattered Temple. I almost called it Lost Temple because I like that one better. Playing against Grubby, the green Protoss, spawning in the 3 o'clock position. So a little bit of background about these players before we really get into the game. Grubby is the winningest player in Warcraft 3 history. He's won pretty much every major tournament that I can think of. Basically destroyed the competition, was very, very good. And he's hoping to continue his success, his victory in StarCraft 2. However, he hasn't been as prolific. He hasn't really won any major tournaments yet, but he has just kind of started to come over, but still playing at a very, very high level, playing against one of the fan favorites of, I think, most StarCraft 2 players. We have LiquidTLO. He is the red Terran, once again, and pretty much everybody likes him for a few different reasons. Number one, he's kind of funny and has a German accent, but also because he played random all throughout the beta, so you know, he has no favorite race. He plays a lot of cool stuff, and he's very creative with his builds. He's settled on Terran. For a while he was Terran, then he was Zerg, and now he's back to Terran again. So we'll see how long this lasts, but for right now, he is playing against Protoss. So we're going to see a TvP matchup, or a PvT, depending on which race you decide to play. I'm actually really interested to see how this works out. I like this map. The Lost Temple, which was the old Shattered Temple, I guess is what you could call it now, was very hard to play against Terran because they had these terrible, terrible cliffs overlooking your natural. But now they're gone. Big wide open space in the middle. But I still like the map. I think it's pretty even overall. I feel like these spawn positions may slightly favor Protoss. It's pretty safe. It's real hard for Terran to put on early pressure because they're just kind of far away. And they're not close by air, so Banshees are not going to be a threat. But we'll see how Grubby deals with it. He loves to play macro games, which is really kind of interesting, because generally speaking, Warcraft 3 players, Warcraft 3 was all about micro. It was keeping a small number of units alive, you know, really making the most out of each, you know, unit you got, which is kind of why I feel like Grubby plays Protoss. They're a little hardier units, you know, they're kind of more important. You know, with Zerg or something, he's just throwing away all kinds of units, but Grubby's not really into that stuff. Getting a little bit of lag. Still working with Fraps, guys. Once again, I'm sorry. Oop, looks like Taylor is going to kill this scout. But Grubby has seen what he needs to see. There is no gas coming out of TLO, which means there's going to be expansion, and there we go, command center going right down. TLO can do a gasless 1-Rax expand, going to be a very powerful build if Grubby cannot stop it or respond with his own very fast expansion. We see Warp Gate coming up as well as a Stalker coming out. Chrono Boost, actually no Zealot, so this SCV needs to get out of dodge. And Grubby's tech really hasn't unfolded yet, but we do see both gases up, so we know there's going to be some kind of aggression or some kind of tech to deal with TLO's very fast expansion. And there's another barracks coming down from TLO. We'll probably see a third barracks here in a second. There we go. So this 3 barracks opening. He needs to meet the fodder units to defend this expansion early, and Marines, very effective for cost, going to be the right unit for the job. Stalker moving out across the map, going to try to find this SCV. I don't know if he's going to see it. No, he's scouting around, looking, maybe could possibly see it. He probably won't, unless TLO walks right back into it. But Grubby looking to be in an okay spot if he can put some pressure on. And there's a very early robo, so a 1-gate robo build thus far. We're going to see what Grubby decides to do with it. If it's going to be a maybe, could see an Immortal push. Those are pretty powerful, but Marines are very good against Immortals, and there's another gateway coming down. So it looks like Grubby looking to do some kind of damage, not looking for a very fast expansion. But Observers are also just helpful for scouting, you know, seeing what's going on. And because he hasn't really seen anything in TLO's base, he doesn't know for sure. I feel like he can expect the early expansion, but he hasn't seen any of these Marines yet, so he's not quite sure. He's also looking to poke with this Stalker right here, so when he sees these Marines, I think it's going to be very clear to Grubby what's going on, especially with that bunker coming down, and looks like he may actually get a free Marine. Nope. Going to just do some micro, can pick off, do as much damage as he can, maybe even get a Marine or 2 for free, but he's going to be very careful, does not take damage on that Stalker. TLO doing a great job with the micro. Oh, Grubby's going to pull back, but he did get a kill with that Stalker. It is totally worth it, and he's actually going to keep pressing his luck. I think it's a good choice because there are no Marauders here for TLO. The Tech Lab on the barracks just finishing, and a Reaper coming out actually instead of the Marauder. A second bunker coming out as well. TLO knows there's got to be aggression, but actually looks like Grubby going for an expansion of his own. We see the Stalker just being a big pain for TLO, so he's going to put up that second bunker to make sure he's nice and safe. And Grubby doing a 2-gate robo into expansion, and there comes that observer like I was talking about. Grubby wants to know what's going on. He wants to make sure he's safe. And actually a very quick robotics bay here for Grubby. So it looks like we're going to see a very fast Colossus. Going to be very powerful against this kind of build because, as we know, TLO just has Marines, and Marines are absolutely terrible against the Colossus. But he's starting to transition to those Marauders. We see one Marauder on the way as well as another Tech Lab, and that Reaper is going to come out here and try to get some scouting done. Right as that Observer flies by, they actually barely missed each other. But I think Grubby's going to be happy with what he sees, as there are really no Marauders quite yet. But TLO is going to be even happier. This Reaper is... oh goodness, I don't know if Grubby saw it. Oh, he missed it, and actually these 3 units just let that Reaper walk right by. TLO going to be very happy with that. A 3rd unit actually not even pursuing, and looks like, oh my goodness, he's going to get right in the base. He's going to scout everything Grubby has, get one free probe kill, looking for another one. Oh, there we go. Got 2 free probe kills. He's going to keep going, keep microing. Oh, goodness. Run, little Reaper, run. And looks at the probes zapping away. That Reaper is not going to escape. He's going to be stuck. But has the damage been done? He scouted out. Oh, 3 kills. Reaper totally worth it. And he scouted the robotics bay. That's huge. TLO knows what's coming. He's going to need some kind of anti-air. I mean, I would say he needs that starport. We actually see an immediate factory coming out as soon as he saw that. Excuse me, as soon as he saw robotic bay, he needs the Vikings to hold off these Colossus. I mean, Marauders are good, but if there's enough fodder units, it doesn't even matter. Protoss is going to be able to do so much damage with this first Colossus. And Grubby actually looking in a pretty good spot economically. He's not that far behind. Actually checking that units tab, we see he's ahead on Harvesters. So, I mean, there are mules. I lied. He's really far behind. Wow. I did not read that right. I thought that was a 43 instead of a 33. Whew, good job, Matt. No, but back to the game. He's behind on Harvesters. He needs to do some damage with this Colossus. This is a very big early investment. I mean, he doesn't really have any units. He's just got a Colossus and like 6 gateway units, which is okay because if TLO were trying to attack with Marines or something, he's going to be in good shape. But we see actually a double starport here coming out for TLO, so definitely reacting properly. These Colossus, another Colossus on the way, and we see no more gateway units. Grubby's going to be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't get some more gateways up. I mean, Colossus are great units, but man, TLO's going to have the proper counters to it. We see 3 Marauders on the way, so TLO completely stopping making those Marines. He doesn't need them anymore. He needs the heavier, more hefty, chunky units that are going to survive that kind of Colossus splash damage. And another command center coming for TLO, so looking to expand. Grubby breaking down his rocks for his 3rd as well. TLOs are already down. So no big engagements yet. A lot of almost in the dark play so far. I mean, Grubby has this one observer right here, but he hasn't even seen the starports. So he really doesn't quite know what's going on. He does see the Vikings coming. He will see the Vikings coming out when they do. But I'm a little worried he's continuing to only make Colossus. There's 2 more gateways, though. He's going to need these so badly. In fact, I would have almost cut Colossus and made another. I don't know. I feel like he's being very risky. He's investing a lot in these Colossus, and he really doesn't have any other units to back them up. I mean, they do great damage, but they're kind of squishy. They only have a grand total of 350 health. So they are pretty darn easy to kill, especially with Marauders. They do so much damage. I mean, they're just so good at killing stuff. And Vikings as well do a lot of damage against, you know, the hefty. I think they're armored, right? Yes, they are armored. So they take the extra damage as the armored unit. It can be very difficult. Actually, TLO getting those upgrades as well. He is 1-0, got 2-1 on the way, and there's no way Grubby's gonna be able to break this. There's absolutely no way. This is like a really bad idea by Grubby. I mean, he's gonna do some harassment. I mean, but TLO can repair the bunkers, and basically, Grubby can't push, and he's got a lot of Colossus. But I mean, Vikings are just gonna end up doing. Eventually start to kill them. It's just how it's going to work. Grubby does not need to push in here. Oh, he's getting some free SCV kills, so maybe it's worth it. But we do see a lot of Vikings here. I mean, there's already like 5 or 6 Vikings. Oh, and actually TLO pushing a little too far, getting force fielded. Grubby going to get a few free kills, but was it worth it? He lost all those Zealots, and there's, again, no fodder units. I mean, TLO can just push out here. He's ahead by almost 20. Nope, I lied. He was ahead by almost 20 food. Now he's up by about 15 food. He's going to be pushing out, trying to take out these Colossus. They are one's down. There's 2 more Colossus. They're doing tons of damage. Actually, a second Colossus will fall. Starker's doing a great job taking out all the... Oh my god, it's going to be so close. And the SCVs, drills in hand, actually finish off the last Colossus. That's huge for Grubby. It is the power unit in his army. And you see, this army can just not push in. I mean, honestly, one Marauder in a bunker is going to kill most of this stuff. TLO sacrificed a lot of units, and you see him pulling the SCVs. He knows he's in danger. But Grubby cannot push. He lost his power units. He needs to wait for those Colossus to come out, as well as that +1 attack upgrade. And it was a very powerful attack, but you see, it only evened the playing field. And Once again, TLO doing a great job with that macro. He's got his third base up and running while Grubby is just started, and he's just playing behind from the very beginning. His army is a little more powerful. His Colossus are out on the field, but TLO looking to be in a very safe position right now. He's got the economic infrastructure to support these kind of battles. He can trade armies like that. He can take out those power units. He's in a very good spot. Grubby holding in the middle of the map, though, has very good map control. TLO very scared to leave his base, and we actually see a probe. Oh, does drop a proxy pylon. That Marine does scout it right away. But, yeah, I think Grubby's just going to sacrifice it. He does not want to risk losing his units. TLO is going to get a free pylon, which is always very nice, but actually a observer coming over here, and he could warp units up to the high ground using the sight from that observer. That could be a thorn in TLO's side for a lot of the game if that Marine does not kill that pylon. It takes forever. Marines are so bad. TLO keeps stimming this Marine trying to kill this pylon, and it actually looks like, oh no, he warped in a Stalker, so TLO not paying attention, going to lose this Marine, and Grubby is going to be able to warp units up on the high ground. There it is, the Zealot being warped in, as well as, Medevacs actually out here. It looks like one Marauder ran out and got destroyed, but yeah, there's a Zealot in the mineral line. Oh, doing so much damage. He's already got one kill, forcing all the SCVs to run away. Actually, drills in hand, fighting back, trying to kill a Zealot. I feel like TLO could probably use a few units. There we go. And actually, good deal, not losing too many, not losing too much. But oh, more Zealots being warped in by Grubby. Marauder's not the proper counter to Zealots. He might actually lose this Marauder if he's not paying attention. No, he's not. Big attack coming at the front from Grubby, looking to push at two sides at the same time. SCV's being pulled off the line to defend, hold these bunkers. Looks like, oh, there's no way Grubby's going to penetrate that. Instead, he's going to take a lot of damage from these Vikings, and TLO pushing out, feeling in a very good spot. But more Zealots being warped in the back from Grubby. These Marauders getting killed. TLO actually landing his Viking in order to fight. This harassment is being very annoying. Grubby doing a very good job utilizing this proxy pylon, and I'm surprised he can actually see up there, but whatever works. Marauders coming in to clean up those Zealots once again. Grubby actually pulling all the way back to his base, and I think TLO is finally going to clean this up. We would hope. You never really know, though. But Grubby keeping himself in the game. We see he's got his third up and running again. It's not quite saturated, but TLO was not being able to mine for quite some time with all these Zealots being warped in continuously, kind of putting a damper on TLO's economy. And we actually see DTs coming out for Grubby. This is generally the fear unit. You know, when Protoss is way behind, they need to find a way to get back in it. They make DTs. And actually looks like TLO transitioning into nukes. Always a good thing to see. We do love the little one. I guess that's the other reason why people think he's so much fun to watch, besides being a really funny guy. He loves his nukes. He's very, very good with them. Not one of those guys who just does a nuke to be bad manager or something like that, but he really uses them. He'll use them defensively, you know, or to guarantee a kill on, you know, expansion, something like that. He's very, very good with them. It's one of his favorite things since very early in the beta. He has seen the power of nukes. I think a lot of parents don't use them because they're super hard to use. I mean, you have to have perfect positioning, and you can't let the ghost die. But TLO is going to use it because he just is that cool. And once again, though, Grubby definitely not out of this. I feel like he's getting this gold expansion. If he can hold this gold, TLO's going to be in a lot of trouble. We do see a fairly large supply lead. It was about 10 outs down. It was about 20 outs down to about 10. But TLO doing a very good job with the macro. Once again, that early third expansion really paying off, as well as all these mules. Something that a lot of people cry imba about. Mules make it so easy to saturate expansions. And Grubby doing a good job being active with his army, keeping it moving around the map. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a big battle in the middle. This DT scouting everything he needs to see. Oh, poor Zealot gets popped at the tower. Oh, looks like he's going to try to take out the ghost with this DT. Oh, scan goes down. Almost gets the ghost, but doesn't. That's actually very bad. I mean, Grubby has these Templar, but no Storm yet. He needs to warp them into Archons or something. They're absolutely worthless. It's going to be interesting. Storm is now 20 seconds away. It's the perfect time for TLO to attack. DT is trying to... Oh, there's a nuke going off. Looks like he's going to use it defensively to hold the Protoss back. And TLO can just pull away. Oh no, going to lose those Vikings if he's not careful. He's going to pull away, let the nuke fall. Poor DT is going to stand right there and take a nuke. There we go. One kill for that nuke. Totally not worth it. But once again, like I was talking about, TLO using that nuke to hold the Protoss back. He's going to go for the next. No, actually tons of charge lots coming in here doing so much damage. TLO loading up his units into the medevacs, going to look to escape as best as possible. Does not want to lose any of these guys again. Actually juking the Protoss army going across the gold expansion. Grubby kind of in a bad spot. We see Observer going, just watching all this thing happen in the middle, and TLO dropping into the natural expansion. Grubby Zealot's in a very bad spot, getting funneled and cleaned up quite quickly. TLO loading back up again. Oh, Storm goes down, killing some. Oh wow, feedbacks on those medevacs, and TLO just running all over the place, going to sacrifice these units. to keep these last 3 or 4 alive. Oh, Swodon Cannon gets the kill, and looks like it's going to be cleaned up pretty easily by Grubby. But TLO did a most annoying harassment through the whole thing, and actually drops the main at the same time, taking out the next as well as pylons and everything in the main. Wow, Marauder drop doing so much damage. Oh, the Artosis pylons, just 2 pylons powering all this stuff. Everything is unpowered. The Robo and all 4 of these gateways. Actually, what's really weird is even though the Cybernetics core is unpowered, you can still make Stalkers. So that doesn't hurt quite as bad as it could, but Grubby's in a very bad spot. You see, losing that Nexus is huge. He does not have any gas coming from these 2 geysers, and he's kind of just in a rough spot. He's going to have to attack now to get back into this game, as we see TLO gearing up to take his 4th expansion. It's kind of giving away some free units, though. I think it's not a good decision because Grubby still has a very powerful army. And, free units never good. Grubby going to be very smart if he needs to push this new expansion. Actually, he sees it. The Dark Templar killing all kinds of SCVs. Not quite sure where he's running. There we go. Got another kill. There's another kill. More SCVs to kill. There we go. TLO needs to take out this DT. He's actually doing tons of damage. 5 kills already on that DT. It's attacking the pylon instead of the Dark Templar. Oh, there we go. Finally scans and takes it out, but Grubby's just in a very rough spot. We actually see another drop coming in from TLO, doing a little more damage. It was the same drop they had before, taking out those pylons once again. Grubby's in a very tough position. The little one kind of in control of this game, as we can see for now. Grubby saturating this gold expansion. He needs it to get back up and running. Again, he's only really been on 1 base plus some change. I mean, there's still a little minerals left, but he's running very low. Big battle in the middle. Charge loss, charge again. Great EMPs coming off on all those zealots, but it looks like there might be enough for Grubby just to overpower it. TLO doing some pretty good micro. It's scanning to take out those Dark Templar, but his forces are getting whittled down pretty hard. Oh, and Stalker's blinking away, trying to escape, but no, Marauder's doing so much damage with that concussive shell and slow. Looks like Charge loss charging back into the fray, going to be doing tons of damage, but is it going to be enough, or is TLO is going to be too much? We see 2-0 upgrades on Grubby's units, as well as the MM for TLO being 3-3, going to give him a huge advantage. 2-0 just not that good because the units die so fast. We do like the attack upgrades. They make you kill stuff faster, but man, I feel like, especially for Zealots, you want that +1 armor. It's so, at least, it's so good. It makes, Marines do so much less damage. And TLO just in a commanding lead at this point. Planetary Fortress is up. He should be taking this gold very, very soon. I'm surprised there's not a command center on the way. And Grubby looking pretty desperate here, chronoing all his gateways. He's not even looking for economy. He needs the units. Actually, TLO behind in food, but has a much better economy to back this up. Grubby not having the upgrades, he is having to split his investments in all these units, all these upgrades, and having to sacrifice his economy in the process. Looks like a pretty poorly planned engagement by Grubby, losing a few Stalkers before any kills any Zealots could get in and kill some stuff. And TLO looking pretty safe. He's going to actually back off again, not wanting to engage in case there is a storm coming in. Looks like a lot of Archons here for Grubby, kind of a desperation attempt. He doesn't even have time to wait for the storm to come out. There's a storm, but TLO dodging pretty well, only losing 1 Marauder that storm. Here comes the drop from TLO coming to take out this new expansion from Grubby. This is not what he needs to have happen. He needs to hold on to regain his economy because TLO is in a great spot. Oh, and the drop is cleaned up. But, yeah, actually, I lied. If TLO doesn't expand, he's going to be in trouble. But for right now, he's in a very safe spot. Once again, Grubby using these DTs, trying to harass wherever possible. He needs to do some damage, though. TLO just has control of the map right now. And actually, this DT is not going to do any damage, which is really bad for Grubby because he needs to do some harassment. Oh, there we go. Some little harass on that gas. But Grubby's army is not looking substantial like it needs to be. He doesn't have that death ball like we're used to seeing from Protoss. I mean, this is a pretty scary army, but honestly, it's not the end-all game-winning army that he's going to need. And it's funny, TLO's getting a Raven for detection, but the PD is going to be absolutely worthless because there are like 3 Stalkers in this army. There's so many Archons, though. Archon Templar is very, very powerful. Actually, oh, EMP is going off, getting all those temps. That's huge. TLO pretty much just won the game with those EMPs. This is really bad for Grubby, but his army is climbing so rapidly. He's investing everything he's got into this army. I mean, I still look at the upgrades. He's getting +3 attack, but he still has no armor. It's going to hurt him so very badly. It actually looks like War Prism. We might see some DT harass in the main or a Templar drop. Those are so cool. They, you drop in Storm. It's like a Reaver drop from Brood War, but even better because they're Storms. They're super cool. I don't know. I like Reavers a lot, though. And still stemming in big engagement. EMP going off on the Archons. Oh, pretty good. Spread by Grubby, but it's not going to matter. EMP's everywhere, losing all the Templar's energy, and TLOC is just going to clean this up. So much firepower. Grubby being decimated. That is going to be the GG. I don't see any way Grubby can survive this battle. Down 50 supply. Can he go down? And a nuke coming down on Grubby's. Nuke coming down on Grubby's. What are these called? Warp gates. Yeah. Storm going down, trying to hold off, but so much MM, so much firepower. Not even going to matter. Is the nuke going to come down? Yes, the nuke falls, unpowering some of these gateways, but it's not even going to matter. TLO just doing so much damage, pulling a small group of forces back as this DT's... Oh, Zealots, actually. Wow, Zealots. Tons of Zealots in the main. I don't know if Grubby should have warped in all those Zealots, maybe just 2 or 3, trying to make them pull back, but TLO pulling back a large section of forces. Unfortunately, Zealots have terrible pathing and get funneled in, easily destroyed. The gold expansion goes down. Now TLO coming into the main. The last lone hero Colossus trying to hold the line for Grubby, trying to hold this attack off, but there's so much damage. TLO now had about 50 supply. It's going to be almost unstoppable. Here come the charge. That's the last chance. Another EMP goes down. Actually, Grubby may be able to clean this up, but oh, TLO kills his own Marauder. Is it going to be enough, though? I don't think so. TLO focusing the Colossus, has 4 kills, but down it goes, and that is going to be it. I just don't see Grubby having anything else. What is that, the 4th? Yeah, I guess it was more the 5th, but the expansion down here has been destroyed. TLO into the main now. Here's another Colossus trying to defend. Grubby barely microwing, trying to hold it. Oh, he's pulling all his probes, never a good sign. He may hold this attack off, but at what cost? There's the GG. Grubby has nothing left to defend. So there we go, my first game back. Wow, I forgot how much you have to talk when you cast games. Just a drink of water. And I really enjoyed it. I thought that was a really cool game. Hopefully you guys did too. Back and forth, crazy action, some different stuff you don't normally see. TLO loves his nukes. We saw 2 nukes go down, so any game where there are 2 nukes, I am a total fan. Yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it so very much. Unfortunately, it is time for me to go once again. Once again, I'm top mat. Actually, I lied. You know what? We're going to do some housekeeping. Guys, I'm back to casting. Hopefully that means that I get a good chance to, see some really cool games, and you guys get to get them too. I hope you guys don't hear the alarm going off. That's my roommate. But I'm back in the dorm, so I can cast all kinds of stuff. Clan events, clan wars, King of the Hills. I'm hopefully going to cast some Zeke dailies. That'll be so cool. I've been talking to people. I had some friends who were with Zeke, and they're like, "Oh, we're looking for casters." And I said, "Oh, pick me." So hopefully that pans out to be what I think it'll be. Pretty stoked about that opportunity. I think it's a great thing. And also, just to cast games I really enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoy watching. One last thing, I have broken 100 subscribers. Pretty stoked about that. So thank you everybody who subscribed. I couldn't do it without you. I feel like as a caster, being on YouTube, a YouTuber, I guess you call us, it's hard, sometimes you post stuff and no one watches it, but, having subscribers like that, it's great. You guys clearly care about StarCraft 2 and, like what I'm doing, so thank you guys. Shout out to everybody who subscribed so far and everybody who's going to tell their friends to subscribe, because that would be super cool. Thank you all for watching. I am Matt, whatever you want to call me, Top Madness, that's my name. I'm the voice of TopStarcraft, and I am signing out.